Hello. So, apparently Bethesda is trying to revive their deadbeat live service game because Bethesda needs one or two of those as well, right? You have Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, and hell, even Fallout 5 you could be working on, all three of which all potentially games of the year. But no, you're going to try to patch this one back together again. Like the world's most expensive version of fucking Humpty Dumpty. We can fix it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll fix it. It's good. It's good. They did this by putting in a battle royale. I hate people, so you would think battle royale would be perfect for me. You can play it by yourself, and everyone you see, you can bash your skull in, loot their shit, and piss on their corpses. But these games commonly rely on groups to be fun, or hell, in certain cases, are built around having groups. Like Apex Legends, for example, a game with communication built completely around silence and non-communication versus this game that uses an emote system, one that is very clunky and very difficult to use. This game forces you to rely on squads, yet its communication system wasn't built around it. As we've seen in the past, it could be. So, while this game seems like it was built to empower the individual, this game seems to follow the trend of all battle royales with squads, so that leaves a few questions. Firstly, why is the game contingent on squads? The communication system doesn't really match it, not at all, in fact. And most of the upgrades empower the individual player, to a fucking absurdly large degree.
Very good.
But here you can snag OP armor and OP guns and just steamroll a whole squad. Look, I don't know fuck all about balancing. In fact, I thought that's what's supposed to happen when you have gold box guns, or at least what they're supposed to do in a battle royale. They just make you feel like you're the unfeeling hand of God. This mode is fun, I liked it a lot, but yeah, the emo thing sucks, and in a fast-paced environment like in this, it doesn't really jive. Barely anyone uses it, and even less who use it actually understand or care. But they can revive you, and before that, they follow you a pretty good long while, or you can follow them. Generally speaking, it is good to stay near them, but they don't play a unique role. They aren't class-based, they are simply just other guns. They don't really have a point besides that this was in other popular games and they said, hey, if we say better with friends, we can skip on content too. I'm a huge Fallout nerd. I love the setting, I love the aesthetic, I love pretty much everything about Fallout, really. Even its, transformation from kind of a gritty, apocalyptic game world like Fallout 3 to a more lively one like New Vegas or Fallout 4. Honestly, I liked that transition. I like that Fallout could work in those variety of settings. Anyway, I would like to, but I say that because I want to talk about the weapons. I love the weapons in here. In fact, a lot of the weapons are great here. The only problem I would say is semi-autos are very at disadvantage here because there is a little bit of lag, and shotgun spread can compensate for it, and in fact fully automatic fire can also somewhat compensate for that, but they are at extreme disadvantage. See, the lag, the problem with the lag was it was not just random, but it was very inconsistent in the kind of lagging it would do. Because sometimes you would simply drop frames, and then sometimes the characters would start kind of semi-teleporting through the air. So it was very inconsistent lagging for one. So that made the game harder to play. But the lag didn't happen too much. This game's surprisingly stable. It did crash twice though. But I'll give it a pass because it's a quote-unquote beta. Which, how can this be a fucking beta for a game that's already out? But I guess I don't understand the meaning of betas anymore. The armor, like I said, it's all pretty good here. Most of it's just armor from old games. Look, I don't know shit about balancing. I don't know anything about that. I'm just telling you guys, as a Fallout fan, for the last 3-4 games, what I feel. So, sorry that it's not more technical beyond that the guns are fun, or that the armor is okay, or that the semi-guns don't shoot very well when the fucking universe decides to lag out. But yeah, that's about as best I can give on the technicals of play.
Perhaps you will prove my data wrong.
So, I played to level 10. I only had enough time in the beta to do that. Progression in Battle Royales feels pointless. Assuming this beta is for a paid game, which, last I fucking checked, it was. They're trying to sell me the fucker. Why does it seem so pointless here, just like in all the other ones? Because in this game, your progression consists of really just two things. At least as far as I could see. One was the perk cards, which the perk card system on its own is fine. It seems okay. It was probably one of the least controversial aspects of Fallout 76. But the other progression system, well, I'll just tell you. I played for about 8 hours, 9 hours, I think, for this mode, and I wanted to see what was in the level 10 room, because there's these rooms around the vault. And once I reach level 10, I'm like, yeah, let's go inside this motherfucking room and see what's in here. I thought there'd be some guns to shoot, maybe some music, something cool. Well, no. All you get is a fancier version of the same fucking room that you've had. Good job. Good job for wasting 8 hours of your fucking life. I hope you feel rewarded, asshole. Now, I don't want to comment too far on this, just because I didn't get enough time to play it to a satisfactory degree. But I did play a little bit of the open world roaming mode for this game. God damn, is it fucking boring. I remember playing Fallout 4 and being able to walk in any direction and get some action. I was able to get some guns that aren't too fucking high level for me, something I hate about RPGs, by the way. Why the fuck can't I use a gun that's level 29 when I'm level 28? Is the gun gonna fucking disintegrate? Am I gonna fucking disintegrate? I hate this in RPGs because it's so fucking forced. Like, yeah, I should be able to use a gun that I'm 20 levels unqualified to use. Because fuck you, it's my gun, I should be able to do it. But the game decides, no, arbitrarily, just no, we need to pad out the very, very minute amount of content here. So let's lock guns by levels. You know, it might get better with the NPCs. It might have more story. After all, Fallout 4's entire storyline and universe was kind of contingent upon the characters within.
I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud costume herself. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help?
I might do it, if you make it worth my while.
But the open world is very boring overall. There's not much to do. There is lots to see though. And all that shit you can see, it's pretty impressive. The game is very pretty. I won't lie, it's prettier than Fallout 4 in a lot of ways, but being prettier than Fallout 4 wasn't that hard. And with that in mind, it's still very boring. You know, I didn't really like it. I only played up to level 8, level 8 I think, and I still was kind of bored. But a lot of you folks out there could say, well, it's always boring in the early days of any one of these kind of games. So, you know, who the fuck knows? Maybe it gets better later on. I got a little too bored in the beginning to figure it out. So, anyway, as for other issues they decided to address, they addressed the survival issues that people were complaining about in the original mode, right? They made a new hardcore mode for it. And this is the mode that lets you kill people just kind of out of random. It basically would make the game play more like DayZ, or at least that's the pitch. I don't really know if it's worked out well. I'm not really into that kind of game where I get shot by someone 32 billion feet away, and then him and my friends teabag my fucking corpse after, spawn killing me a few times. Not really into that kind of game. But, NPCs might change the way Fallout 76 plays. It might even change the way survival plays, but that's for the future to know. With all things considered, though, I like the Fallout franchise, and I wouldn't mind modes like this being in future Fallout, even in future Bethesda properties, because there's lots of potential for multiplayer goodness out of these games. But if we look to other places in history similar enough, like for example GTA and Red Dead by Rockstar Games, a company that is essentially one of the best at single player games, if not the best. Hell, it used to be arguably between Bethesda and Rockstar who made the better open world, in my opinion, at one point in time, last generation. But just like them now, they're choosing to do these games that make shitloads of money online and in the short term versus these games that make more money, over longer periods of time, and games that leave a greater legacy, right? They're forgoing those games for these kind of quick cash grab games, or for these online cash cows, right? And they're doing this all at the loss of single-player content, right? GTA 5 was slated to have single-player content, never received it because of GTA Online being such a great success, which was never directly admitted to, but pretty much admitted to. They wanted to focus on that, right? And same thing with Red Dead 2. I have a very sneaking suspicion we're going to get the same thing. And it sucks, too, because Red Dead, I actually wanted to see an Undead Nightmare 2. Or, hell, just anything, really. That world's so beautiful, it's so vast, and it's going to be, in my opinion, a little underutilized. But, yeah, that's my only concern, is that these companies with their online games making so much money, I hope they don't lose sight of their single-player ambitions. And in fact, I hope they still keep pushing single-player. But in this day and age, that might change. I hope I'm wrong. Please like, subscribe, comment. Have a good day.